week 5 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few quarterbacks. I have his sleepers this week. The first guy, Joshua Dobbs of the Arizona Cardinals. So Joshua Dobbs so far has been very surprising filling in for Kyler Murray, a guy who's bounced around the league over the last few seasons. Obviously never really got an opportunity. He did have one start with the Titans last year, but so far he's played good football and he's putting up decent fantasy numbers with 19 or more fantasy points the last 3 weeks. So the last few games here for Dobbs, week 2 versus the Giants, 228 pass yards, a touchdown, 41 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown. Week 3 versus Dallas, 189 pass yards, touchdown, 55 rushing yards. In week 4 at San Francisco, 265 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, 48 rush yards. So right now, Dobbs, he can run the football pretty well. This Arizona Cardinal team, they got some decent weapons. Zach Ertz, Hollywood Brown, Michael Wilson, Rondell Moore. So there's a decent nucleus around him. I know this team's 1-3, but they're going out there and every ball game's been close besides the San Francisco one last week, even though it was close to the late third quarter. So right now, with a good matchup versus Cincinnati Bengals, where their defense isn't all that great, and you could throw the football on them. I think this week here, Joshua Dobbs has a good ball game, and I got him as a sleeper option, and he's still out there in 82% of fantasy leagues. Next quarterback's Derek Carr of the New Orleans Saints. And Derek Carr, I know he's not 100% with the shoulder injury here, but he's a gamer, he's Derek Carr, and a tough guy, and we've seen it throughout his career. And this week, I know it's a tough matchup on paper at the New England Patriots, but right now, I think this passing game, they're about to break out, and there's good weapons in there. Now with Alvin Kamara back in the lineup last week, he added a lot to the passing game. So right now, you got Chris Olave, Thomas, if he could stay healthy the remainder of the season. You got Rashid Shaheed, who's been a good deep threat, and Alvin Kamara. And this week here in New England, they got to open up the playbook because the Patriots, they're pretty stout versus the run game. So I think this could be a ball game where the Patriots try to take Kamara and the running game out and have Derek Carr try to beat him. And right now, Carr, he's available in 75% of fantasy leagues. And he's a quarterback sometimes where out of nowhere he breaks out. I know this season the numbers haven't been good for Carr, but this week I think could be a sleeper option. And the third and final quarterback I have is a sleeper. It's Bryce Young of the Carolina Panthers. So far it's been tough sledding for Bryce Young in the first 3 games he started. We know he missed one of the weeks with injuries, so far in the season for Young, not good at all, obviously. 503 pass yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 61 rush yards, a 2-point conversion, and 2 fumble losses. So right now, the interceptions, he's almost throwing 1 a game. You don't really have a true number 1 wide receiver. I know Adam Thielens has been putting up good numbers this season, but backfield, Sanders hasn't done much. Chuba Hubbard, I think, should be getting more touches in that backfield here for Bryce Young. We're not a lot around them, but this week here in a matchup at Detroit where they could be trailing early and often and have no choice but to throw the football 35-40 times here, Bryce Young could get a lot of garbage time points. And who knows, maybe this could be a turnaround for him. After the last few weeks, we haven't seen much from him. So right now, he's available in 89% of fantasy leagues. That's a few quarterbacks. I have his sleepers here for week 5 of the fantasy football season.